Right now we are going to do some troubleshooting for elevation views. So if you are having trouble viewing an elevation or bringing up an elevation, then this video has some tips and tricks for you on how to troubleshoot that. So when you draw a wall, a dotted line comes with it. And the area inside of this dotted line is called the placement zone. Now if we double click on the placement zone, the elevation for that wall, so I double clicked in this placement zone, which is associated with this wall, and the elevation for that wall will pop up. Okay, so I can right click and delete the elevation area. Now let's say I would like to see an elevation of this wall. The only problem is I can't see that placement zone, right? I have the dotted line, the placement zone for this wall, and I have the dotted line showing the placement zone for this wall, but I don't see one for this wall. So there could be a couple reasons for that. The first thing we want to do is make sure that the placement zone is turned on. So we left click on the wall to select it, and then we right click and go to Properties. Once you're in the Properties dialog box, you're going to go to the middle tab, which is Type, and click on it. Here in this middle box, you'll see placement zones. The inside placement zone is turned on, and I know that because there's a check mark by it. The outside placement zone is not turned on, which is typically the case. We generally don't need it turned on because we don't need an elevation of the outside of the wall. So I know that that placement zone is turned on. If this were unchecked, then you would want to go ahead and turn it on and say Apply OK. Mine's turned on, so I'm going to cancel out of there. So I know it's there. So now I know that it's there, but it's hidden under all of this cabinetry. So I need to hide that cabinetry so that I can see the placement zone and bring up the elevation. So to do that, I'm just, without having anything selected, I'm just going to right click and go to Display Settings. Now here, I want to hide the vanity and I want to hide that countertop so that I can see my placement zone. So I'm going to go under Residential, and I'm going to expand this by clicking the plus sign. And under Vanity Cabinets, I'm going to expand that by clicking the plus sign. And right here I have Base Cabinets. I'm going to uncheck that. And then I'm also going to go down here to Countertop and Trim, and I'm going to uncheck that. So now my base cabinets are unchecked and my countertops are unchecked. That means that they are going to disappear. I'm going to hit Apply and OK. So now, without that vanity and without that countertop, I can clearly see there's my placement zone. So there's the line. So now I can double click and I can bring up that wall elevation. Now I'm going to go back into my floor plan. Again, without having anything selected, I'm going to right click, go to Display Settings, go back to Residential, back to Vanity Cabinets. I'm going to turn those base cabinets back on, and then I'm going to turn my countertops back on. I'm going to say Apply, OK. Everything's turned on in the floor plan, and now I have my elevation showing up.